Okay, AirPods 2 and 3 will get the axe in 2024 to be replaced with a fourth generation that will come in two versions, according to an unconfirmed report from Mark Gurman. One AirPods
Dude,
4 model will offer
I apologize
active
for
noise
saying Gurman's
canceling.
name this many times. No one's to say this Gurman's name this many times in one show. I feel like if we say it any more times, he's actually going to appear in person.
Hey, maybe that would make for good podcasting.
Actually, would
One
be interesting.
AirPods 4 model will offer active noise canceling and have a charging case that supports the Find My app. A cheaper version will not have either feature. But both will supposedly get a new design, just probably not one that adds removable silicone ear tips, which will remain exclusive to the AirPods Pro, although that will limit the effectiveness of active noise canceling. And their charging case will use USB C in place of the current Lightning port, as I imagine all of their peripherals will going forwards. Pricing for the higher and lower end new versions will allegedly cost about the same as AirPods 2, $129, and AirPods 3, $179. I find it. I read Mark's original story when he put that out on, I think, like Wednesday. No, it was earlier than that. It was like Monday or Tuesday. On one hand, he delineates that rumor as he hears it, two models of AirPods, but then he also says that like Apple has apparently been struggling to differentiate AirPods 3 from AirPods 2, saying that most people just go for the cheaper AirPods 2. They're not willing to spend the extra $50 to go to AirPods 3 because the difference between them isn't like easily understood to most people, and as it is, like they don't really see any benefit to spending 50 extra dollars because that's like an extra 45% more. But then he also says that Apple, if that were true, why would Apple then replace this confusing lineup with two more models at the same price with the same like sort of different lack of differentiation between them?
I actually think that
Mm-hmm.
this makes sense, to be honest. I don't really like the whole having different models of, and by different models, I mean different eras of the same product for sale at the same time. It's like, oh, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
buy the AirPods 2 and the AirPods 3 and the AirPods 4. Like, they're all available at the same time, but some of them are old, some of them are new. To me, it makes more sense to release AirPods 4 and do what they say they're going to do. And there's two different versions of AirPods 4, right? Like, there's the version with all the features, and then there's the version with some of the features. And at least in my mind, that seems to make more sense because now I know I'm getting the most current product, but it may not have all the features that are available because it's not the better version of that one product. I mean, it's like the iPhone, right? It's you can get different specs of the same iPhone, but if you're on the iPhone 15, you have the most current phone. So at least for me, and actually, when I was reading through this, I was like, I would actually love to have a pair of AirPods that had active noise cancellation,
Cancellation.
cancellation. Thank you. And I would use that, but I don't want to have the silicone tips. That's the reason I don't
Mm-hmm.
buy AirPods Pro because I don't want to have the tips, man. They hurt my ears. They make my ears hurt, and the AirPods are perfect. And even if the active noise cancellation wasn't perfect because they don't seal in your ear all the way, I'm actually fine with that. That's one of the things that I like about the AirPods is that they allow me to have situational awareness without having to turn on the transparency mode, which I don't love. It feels artificial. I'd rather just be able to hear the ambient noise. And so for me to have AirPods that fit in my ear perfectly, because they fit my ears perfectly, like there's never been anything in my ear that felt as pleasant as an AirPod. How's that for a statement? I mean,
Is
it just
that
I could
is
sleep
that
with them
is
in
that
my
a tight
ears.
competition though? Is that a competitive race?
I mean, I've had a lot of things in my ears, Griffin. A lot of things have
Okay,
gone in my ears,
maybe
and
it is.
eventually my ears get tired of them, but not with the AirPods. And so to have the option to use active noise cancellation, cancellation, and be able to dial out my kids screaming at one another, or to be in the gym and to dial out the lunks who are, grunting at the top of their lungs when they're lifting weights that are way too heavy for them and their form's terrible. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind that at
Mm-hmm.
all. So for me, this is actually very exciting, but I think it also confirms that obviously no AirPods are coming to this event. So if you've been hoping for AirPods, it looks like that's not going to happen. Did you mention AirPods Max yet?
No, I didn't see that in the show notes here. Is that part of the story that you have brought
Oh
up?
yeah, sorry about that. So I'll just mention this last blurb because some people were asking us about AirPods Max. So I'm not going to say his name. You already know who I'm talking about, at least according to he whose name I shan't mention. Um, AirPods Max are also getting updated, but not coming at this event, and actually not even coming until next year. And at this point, it looks like, from what we have heard so far, that there will be new color options and USB-C for AirPods Max, but there hasn't been any details on anything more. I can't I can't imagine a world where Apple releases updates to AirPods Max and it doesn't upgrade the audio fidelity to lossless. That is not a world that I believe exists, because that was a major bungle, in my opinion, releasing this high-end pair of headphones and then connecting it to Bluetooth, which is not a high quality connection. So they're selling these headphones as audiophile headphones, but then you're listening to Bluetooth music. I mean, dude, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I think they're going to have to update it to have lossless. That's going to have to be
Apple's
some of
going
the
all
reason
in
they
on
do it.
lossless as like a marketing thing that differentiates Apple Music from other platforms too. Like Spotify charges, they finally rolled out their loss. At least I think they did. They announced that they're at least closer to rolling out their lossless tier of Spotify, and they're charging more for that, I think. Or no, maybe I have that wrong in some way. Anyways, like Apple's making a bigger push to lossless that they weren't really at when they launched the original versions of AirPods Max in 2020. And especially it's weird because like supports AirPods Pro 2 have like this extra degree of connectivity when you use it with a Vision Pro.
Right.
And as Apple is all in on that hardware product, it would be highly unusual if their more expensive headphones don't work over that same protocol.